interesting games that have been happening, and they have left a lot of people shocked with nothing to say. A lot of things have happened. A lot games have been won. People have been shown, and people have been warned about other teams. And as we are in games in week 3 now of the Premier League, I have to say something. In a way, it's starting to take shape how the Premier League will be looking like at the end of the season. I know. I'm just a friend who's just jumping into conclusion at the moment, and there's still some time to actually see how the Premier League will go as things are going on. But I think, in a way, you can actually see that something is now happening in the Premier League. A lot of clubs are being disappointed, losing games, and things are just happening. But that's what all the Premier League is all about. A lot of disappointment, a lot of moments, those key moments that count that we hold on to until Jesus come, if you know what I mean. But yesterday, like you remember, there was a watch along here. Liverpool were playing against Arsenal, and there was a lot of noise before the game, guys. I love, you know, since I exposed myself into this WhatsApp world, in this YouTube world, I've gotten to see a lot of different characters of people. Some might be in my channel, some might not even be in my channel, but they'll be just watching from afar. And I have to say, I've seen a lot of people who are making a lot of noise in terms of how things are going to go, like in terms of how the teams are going to win and stuff like that. And Arsenal fans, like the Chelsea fans, they were saying that Liverpool are going to be beaten by them, and they were saying that they're going to finish on top of Arsenal. I'm not going to mention names, but can you believe it? And yesterday I saw the Liverpool game against Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal have gotten some few moments with the Liverpool. Yes, that I do agree. And there have been some moments where Liverpool have looked so shaky against Arsenal. Yes, and they actually lost. They had lost 2 times. Once was at the Emirates, where we lost by, is it 2 goals to 1, where Van Dijk and Alisson gave to Arsenal 2 goals for them to score, like we did yesterday. And they played, and they played to our advantage, and they won the game. That was luck. People don't believe in pure luck, because in that game Liverpool hit the post many times, especially in the Premier League, and at the same time things were just not going on our side. Every big team can have a bad day in football. Example, we can talk about Manchester City. They can agree with you on that. There's a time that in a Premier League team can have a bad day or a bad game. We've seen that. So that's what was happening with Liverpool. They come to Anfield, a new season, and Arsenal are so equipped with so much energy, believing that they're gonna hurt Liverpool as usual. To them, they were actually saying business as usual. I watched the game from the first whistle to the last whistle. 93 minutes played. Arsenal brought nothing. They scored the first goal after Lacazette was offside. Then when the ball came to Robertson, he was trying to kick it to Alisson, but by mistake he went to Lacazette's hands, and it became first goal. Arsenal scored by 1 goal. Was it? Yes, by 1 goal to 0, and they were celebrating like they've overcome the world, and things are going exactly to their thoughts on whatever I don't know how they were envisioning this to end. And Liverpool were angry. I don't want to lie to you. I've watched the Liverpool lose again before. I've watched the Liverpool going behind before. But the anger that they had after conceding that goal, and the energy that they showed going to attack Arsenal and scoring the goal that they scored with Sergio Mane 2 minutes after the goal had gone in, it was unheard of. Liverpool are in a moment now that they have this arrogance that they believe that they now own the Premier League. After winning it, they believe that they deserve to be where they are, and they can just go after whatever they want, and they show that they are champions to the world. They wanted to show people that exactly they deserve to be where they are, to be at the top, and they wanted to show the world that damn yeah, you should start calling them the best team in Europe, and they did prove that in the game. they did prove that in the game. I was really impressed with the way they came back to attack, the way they came with an ideology, or with that mindset of wanting to win. That impressed me. It's something that I haven't seen in Liverpool for such a long time, and they did show it. And from then, they scored another goal to make sure that they actually get what they were interested in, which were just the final, which in the end were just the results that they needed. They beat Arsenal like we all expect them to, but not all the people believed that was going to happen. They did beat Arsenal, and deservedly beat Arsenal. That's what I think. So you don't expect people to be talking about a greatest team in arguably the last 2 seasons, winning against each and every team out there, commanding everything that has been happening in terms of everything. You don't deserve to be disrespected the way they were being disrespected, and you don't believe that there are teams who look them lower than they are already. That is just unheard of and uncalled for. And now, because they've beaten Arsenal by 3-1, and after beating Arsenal by 3-1, they did show that they are the best team in the world. Reason why am I saying this? That they really did show that they were the best team in the world. They didn't give Arsenal the chance to come back in the game. No, they did. There were some moments they did let go, but in terms of the high line and stuff like that. But 90% of those chances that Arsenal got, we all knew that it was going to be a what? It's either it was going to be out for, what is the word? What is that I use? We all knew that all the chances that they'd given, it was going to be an offside or what. But Liverpool, no matter what, they persistent. They dominated the game. Something that we hadn't seen for such a long time with Liverpool dominating the game. I think we can arguably count the chances that Arsenal got in the Liverpool side, in the Liverpool ground. Let me show you something. I'm gonna put a heat map on this software that I always use, who scored. I really respect this. I want you to see where Arsenal played the most of their game and the way Liverpool played the most of their game. That will give you an idea of how the game looked like in the end, or how the game was like, the whole of the game. So this is the heat map of the game. And as you look where the team that is, this one is the Liverpool side. This is the movement of Liverpool. They were back behind, moving it in the center, attacking from the side, even on the center, but less on the center, but because Thiago Alcantara was not there. But they were going straight forward to attack. And the touches that Liverpool had on the ball was 950. 950 to Arsenal 561. The 561, if you could look at it, it's either half or 3/4 of the time when they were holding the ball. It was their own half when they were trying to build from behind, but they were being pressed so high by Liverpool that they had to release the ball, and Liverpool comes back to counter attack. And look at how many times, just by looking here, how many times Arsenal had their ball, the ball on the Liverpool side. It's actually non-existent, but their touches, or like I was saying here, as you can see, their touches, the red zone only happened on the side of theirs here, only happened on their side. So that's how the game was like. They were playing only on the keeper side, but they couldn't go to attack. Gabriel, the best defender in the Premier League, some Arsenal fans said he was not available. So now looking at this, as a Liverpool fan, I'm wearing my weird vest because the weather's really hot here, guys. Now looking at the week in all, looking at the games that have been played, I can say it has been a good week. It has been a good week in Premier League. You can't complain of how the games went. Oh, before I leave here, I'm already out. It has been a good week in the Premier League. Okay. It's been a good week, and you can all see it, guys. I think you see it with the information I'm reporting to you. I want to hear your thoughts. How do you see the second game of Liverpool versus Arsenal coming? Because if you go visit back my watch along, if you watch my watch along, Liverpool versus Arsenal, around in the middle, like when the first half was about to finish and second half, I was now I was now a little bit disturbed, if I may say, if that is the word that I may use. I was now a little bit disturbed by Arsenal. Reason why I was disturbed by Arsenal is, guys, they had no hope. I I was looking at the game, hoping that at least they have an what is the word? They had an idea or maybe a chance to actually produce something out of this game, and I didn't see it. I definitely didn't see it. That's what irritates me most. That in this situation where you're watching a game like this, a big club like Arsenal, so they say, okay, it is a big club. We can't deny that. One of the biggest club in the London side, behind Chelsea a little bit, because Chelsea has the Champions League, right? Yeah, but they've won a lot of things, especially domestically. You know that. Oh, I was a big team, and they're saying that okay, they're under rebuild, and I'm really excited with the building, what is happening in under Arteta, what they want to create in this team. But guys, there was no any tactic, unless if you know. Okay, in the game that we played at their home ground. Let me go back here. The idea of Arsenal, they were holding on, defending so deep to Liverpool. Then they go on the counter attack, which Liverpool had prepared so well. I have to give respect to that to Liverpool. They had prepared so well for that, and that wasn't an option for them. Then I was like, okay, that's your first plan. It's not working. What's your second plan, Arsenal? There was nothing. I didn't see anything in the second plan. Nothing. This is how the game was looking like. The man of the match, of course, everyone can deny this. Sadio Mane was the best man in the game. So was Gomez. To my take, Virgil was so disciplined. I liked the way he did work. He's going back to his best, we know. Only few mistakes that needs to stop, because we can't be giving away bonus goals like we are doing. Andy Robertson, the player at fault, but he did return that by scoring a goal. That's one thing that I love. I love players and teams that respond fast when they know they made a mistake. They do respond, and they show that there is actually a way forward for them. That's what impressed me by Andy Robertson. He did work so hard to make sure that he justifies himself out of the mistake he had committed. Okay, let me show you. Percentage. Let me look. I'm trying to look for the final percentage. Shot on target. These are the shots on target for Arsenal and for Liverpool. Liverpool had 21 shots. One by Robertson, which was a goal. One by Ronaldo, two by Virgil van Dijk, one by Firmino, four by Salah, two by Keita, two by Trent Alexander-Arnold, five by Mane, then three by Jota. Counting all those things, they give you 21. Then Arsenal heard four shots, not on target, shots. Three were by Alexander Lacazette. Mason Niles had one shot, and look at some people's hero, nowhere to be seen. I think the captain of Arsenal, the most paid player in the Premier League, was nowhere to be seen when he was in the end. And all of you cannot deny with that. You can actually see that's what happened here. That's how the game was like. Oh, the whole game. Position. Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, Virgil van Dijk and Gomez, they are the players the whole game that really did dominate in terms of holding the ball higher than anybody else. Why Robertson and why Gomez and Virgil van Dijk a lot, as you can see here, this one and this one. Why? Because they were building from behind, so they were doing a lot of passes behind, so that they can give some passes to either players like Firmino, Mane, and Salah, so that they can actually score. And Jota, we'll talk about the Jota incident later. And in terms of Arsenal, the players that had more of the ball than anyone in the whole team of Arsenal, it's David Luiz. Luiz had more position in terms of defending, or in terms of that position, because he had to clear a lot of chances that Liverpool were attacking with. And arguably, the players that are following them, it's either Holding and Tierney, because they were only working to defend. Ooh, William had one of the worst games in Premier League. Interesting to see. Like I said, 1.1, that's the percentage. That's all. Successful passes. Liverpool did dominate again by 88 position. Players like Gomez, as you see here, with 92, and Virgil van Dijk, they were doing some passes. Can you believe that? Let me check my thing before I say what I want to say. Alisson had a higher pass rate than a lot of players in the Arsenal side. That is just unheard of. And he's a keeper, for Christ's sake. So that's how it was, guys. Keita, yes. Oh, this was what was happening. Jota, Milner, all these things. Dribble passes. 8 dribbles by Liverpool. And Mane, Ronaldo, Keita, Salah, and Trent Alexander-Arnold and Gomez did dominating dribbles and left Arsenal wondering why are they even in the ground. Area of Juice. Aubameyang with 3, like I said, with 3 and 1. Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk 1, Gomez 2, and Fabinho 1, Firmino 1. That's all. Luis and those, they were working on the area. They are really good at that. Tackles, successful tackles, if you may say. Mane had 2, Robertson 1, Trent 1, Salah 1, and this. Some of the things are just not important. The corners, Liverpool, of course, we did dominate on this. Too many corners that we had. And this process, as you can see. So in all, you look at this game and you wonder, what is Arsenal's plan, if I may say, the long-term plan? That's the question that I have. What is the long-term plan of Arsenal? Because I didn't see them in the game. They were there in the game. I don't want to lie, they were there. We did see them in the game, but we didn't see what their future was in the game. Unless they wait for some errors that Liverpool does. But you can always rely on errors if you want to make it in the Premier League. To actually say you're challenging for the top 4. Errors that are caused by other players cannot help you to reach there. Because you won't be getting Virgil van Dijk every week. You won't be getting, not Virgil exactly, Andy Robertson every week. A player who makes an error that you score to. That doesn't happen every day. You worry now for this situation. Now you wonder what's next for us now. That's my question. What is next? Where do we see them here after this? Look at the shots that Liverpool had on target. Look at this. And look at us now. Like I was saying, they had 4. Look at that, where the other shot is going. That's the nice shot. That is just crazy. And this was the Lacazette shot. And this also was the Lacazette shot. Aubameyang had a chance in the it's like I said again. Aubameyang, didn't even have a chance. Look at Liverpool. This is Robertson, I think. No, this is Mane. And this is Robertson. No, this is Jota. Oh my God. A player wouldn't even play even 10 minutes. And this Virgil van Dijk. I'm talking on the ground of Arsenal here. This is Mane as well. There has to be one here. Or maybe here, it's here. This is Andy Robertson. These are the goal. And here, Mohamed Salah. Oh, Jota. We need to talk about here. Here, Mane again. And they are all the ones that I'm ticking on, guys. They're on target. Keita, on target. Keita again, on target. Virgil, on target. Trent, on target. That was supposed to be a goal. If it wasn't deflected and he hit the post, that was supposed to be a goal. And this was the Ronaldo. This was the Jota, I believe. Oh, there's Mane as well. Because Jota did score somewhere nearby that side, guys. Try to remember. Is it somewhere here? Yeah, this is the goal by Jota, which was low in the right, left, 16 yards, and the right to the front-footed open area. And you see, this is an idea of a big team which has a mission to actually win something rather than a team of Arsenal that was there. Look at some touches that Liverpool had in Arsenal. Arsenal are the ones in blue, guys. They're the one in blue. Oh, this is Luis. They're the one in blue. All of this is Liverpool. That is Liverpool as well. The next part is that I can just press anything and show you who the player was actually there on the ball in terms of the pass rate. You gotta respect this. Oh, these are the touches. Keita dominating, moving with the ball, and everything that happened. You see, Arsenal's touches, all of them were this side where they're only defending. But Liverpool's touches, they were this side coming back so that they attack. They were all over the field, and they did prove that. So, in the end, you wonder, why would people keep talking like they know what they're talking about, taking Liverpool for granted when they've been, Liverpool had the test of time. They played against Leeds United the first game. We did draw. We did won the game by 4-1, which was an interesting game because everyone were coming back from this, and everyone, if you could look at it, everyone in the Premier League had the same game. Everyone in the Premier League had the same game. All the chances in total, there's like, I have to actually review something. 772 and 392. The 392, 95, that was Arsenal's position, and the rest was Liverpool. You have to look at something. Everyone did had a big game in the beginning of the season. It was supposed to be like that because everyone were coming back from what? From holiday, guys, which was actually a small holiday, so we might not say that we're not 100% ready for this, but that's what exactly that happened. But people were talking like Liverpool are just doing nothing, like they have no idea, or we are going to lose. There were a lot of noise, guys. Keep quiet with the noise. Keep quiet with the noise. Wait and see football, because Liverpool still and are looking like they are gonna teach a lot of people how football is played. And if you don't put that in your head, it's going to hurt you more than you can ever accept. I'm telling you guys, it's going to hurt you more. Now let's look at it. Okay, rather than the Arsenal game that is coming, let's look at the other games now that Liverpool are left with in the Premier League, because that is going to be interesting to see what happens there. That is going to be interesting to see what happens there, because remember, there's 2 other games that are to be played. We have stood the test of time as Liverpool. We did play with the bigger sides. We did win the games. Now we look. Hello. We now look at the other games that are coming. Can't wait to see what happens there. I'll see you. Somebody needs me this side, guys, a little bit. I'm coming out. A few minutes. Oh, laptop is not here. James is using it. Call UB. So, sorry there for the disturbance, guys. So, like what I was saying, we did stand the test of time. These are the next games that are coming. The big teams that people thinking that they were going to provide a shocker to Liverpool, they're gone. We won 2-0 against Chelsea. A lot of Chelsea fans are still saying that if it wasn't for the red card, they were going to get something out of the game, which I richly and 100% disagree. We'll see on the second half how they go. Then Lincoln, and that one of course is a small team, so we don't expect a lot from them. And other teams that we're playing. But look at the games that we're playing. Liverpool versus Arsenal, we did win. Now we have them in the Carabao Cup, which will be played on Thursday. I'll do a watch along for that. Please stay tuned for that. I'll set that for you. So please take care. That will be live as well. I want to hear your thoughts as well. The next game for Liverpool on Sunday at 8 o'clock. It's Aston Villa. After Aston Villa, we go to Everton. And we have been told by the manager or by the boss that Thiago Alcantara won't be fit on these 2 games, but he'll definitely be there in the game against Everton. And Thiago Alcantara at the moment is still the best midfielder that people are talking about. So we are now looking back into the future. That's what we're doing. We are looking into the future now. And Liverpool versus Sheffield United. Sheffield United, they had one of the worst games in this season. Then after that, the next game is none other than West Ham. Then after West Ham, we move on. This will be November now. We'll be playing Manchester City, which is going to be a big game. We'll wait and see on that to see what happens to that. Then after City, we play Leicester. After Leicester, Brighton. I'm telling you, and these games that I'm looking at here, the games that I'm really curious to see Liverpool thrive. As much as we have already passed the test of time, the games that I'm so interested in seeing are the game against Everton and the game against Manchester City, then the game against the Leicester and Brighton. Let me just say those ones. I want to see something because Liverpool seems like they are just in a different world right now. They've just have that different feeling about them, and they're showing that they are really here to hunt. Then after that, we go Wolves, Tottenham, and the rest follows. That we won't talk about that when we're getting until we're getting there. So that's it, guys. That's how the things are looking like at the moment. Now let's talk about Premier League as a whole. Let's revisit talking about Premier League as a whole. This whole week, what can you say was this? See how this week was for you. What can you take from the game? That's what I'm asking. Okay, let me go back behind a little bit. So these were the games. On Saturday, United opened the doors, if I may say, or the gates, the floodgates. They opened the gates by playing Brighton, and they did win by 3-2, which the goal number 3, which came after the whistle was played. We are always going to talk about that because that was history that was made. Not saying it is a bad thing. It was a penalty, though, according to the books and the new rules, but we'll just talk about it. It was done after the whistle had already rang that the game is over. So we won't talk about that. Crystal Palace versus Everton. There was a controversial moment again of a penalty that was given there that Richarlison scored to give Everton 2. Crystal Palace still feel like they were hard done because they had also a penalty code that was not taken into consideration by VAR. West Brom versus Chelsea 3-3. Chelsea were given a reality check. According to me, that's what I think. They were given a reality check that as much as you have bought a lot of players doesn't win you the league. Never. That has never happened before. But how you're going to make the players gel with each other to actually produce something, that's what can actually give you a chance to win the league. That is for the Leicester, for the Chelsea fans to take in the head. Southampton versus Burnley, which I felt like it was a draw. It was a, mid-class game. Southampton did win the game. Burnley didn't show up for the game. I think they're still coming from the preseason. Remember that they're still one of the teams that only played the 2 games: Manchester United and City. Then Aston Villa are the other played teams that have played only 2 games that still needs to catch up with the rest of the league. Yeah, Southampton, and they're still playing like a one half team. They play better in the first half. The second half, they're just gone. They need to change on that. If Hassan Utler doesn't work on that, his team might be threatened for relegation. I'm just saying. Then West Brom versus Leeds. Leeds won by 1-0. Sheffield versus Leeds. Leeds won by 1-0. Sheffield didn't turn up for the game. I don't even know what Sheffield was doing. That was one of the worst games I did see. They need to work on whatever they want to achieve in this game. That's all I can say. Then the next game, Tottenham versus Newcastle. Tottenham played so well. Too many shots that hit the post. A lot of shots that hit the post. It ended 1-1. That because Newcastle was also given a suspicious penalty because of the new rules of VAR, and it costed Tottenham the lead. So that has to actually be taken into consideration, and we have to see what happens from there. Then the biggest blow of the games, which was Leicester 5, Manchester City 2 at the Etihad. This is interesting because it's hard to swallow that the Pep Guardiola side is taken down this early. And looking at the team, really, they didn't really have recovered the players that they lost. I don't think that they've done it just that exactly, I feel. Because, okay, maybe they have some injuries there and then, but the team didn't turn up, and that is a worrisome thing for Manchester City fans. You need to be worried. I heard a lot of Manchester City fans talking in their pages in a lot of places complaining how people are having fun that they lost. We don't have fun. We just look at your team and we are laughing at what we are seeing. We are not laughing at you because you have been embarrassed. No. It's not even our mission to be. We're laughing at you after you get embarrassed. We are talking about what your team is offering us, and it's nothing at the moment. Unless you do change that, you're gonna have a problem in this season, citizens. I'm just saying that from me answering that question and putting an end to you guys thinking that we are after your team. No, we are not after your team. We are after results, and at the moment you are not giving us. And also for the rivalry, we enjoy some of the chances when things like this don't go well for you. So go read the Premier League rule book of rivalry. If you think if there is even a rule book of rivalry, I'm just saying, go do read that, because that's what it is about. If Liverpool loses today, even if Manchester United or what, they are in number what, they will make fun and they will laugh about it. If you think I'm lying, go check in any Manchester United fan pages that are there, or they're all over the world. They will do laugh about it. But you, because you're Manchester City and your fan base is, I have to say this, guys, something that I've discovered that people don't know. Oh no, we do know now. Manchester City has few fans, guys. Few fans, like few. Like if Manchester City have a bad game, they're not even. Guardiola is never challenged by the fans. Klopp has a bad game today. A lot of Liverpool fans will be on his neck, out of his statics, how he went wrong. Solskjaer has a bad game. A lot of Manchester United fans will be on his neck, how he went wrong with whatever he had set up. And even in all other clubs like Chelsea and also for the Arsenal and all those games. But Manchester City, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen because the team just doesn't have that following all over the world like the other clubs do. So that's why they because it's a team that is trying to be out there. Yes, they have proven that they can be out there because they have the bag now. They have money, a lot of money. They're trying to be out there. They're trying to use that into getting people say that doesn't work, Manchester City. You lost the game. Go re-look at yourself and come back again with a good strategy, whatever you're going to set off. That's what I want to hear from now, not exactly your complaints and whatever you're saying. That doesn't make me sleep at night. That's not what I'm here for. I want to enjoy football, and I want you to turn up if you want to play the game, because what we are all here for is nothing but the game. And if you don't turn up for the game, we are not going to be there to pep you or to hold you. That's not what we do. Play football. If you lose, we laugh, because you have been trying to create this rivalry with Liverpool. And you have. Pep Guardiola has, but Liverpool has shown that they are still the better team in this game. And they will keep showing that. We'll see. I don't want to say a lot of things. I might say things that might kill me when we lose the next time. So I'll stop there. Let me continue. Then West Ham played against Wolves. West Ham was one of the teams that I talk about, and I said they could be going for they could be relegated this season. I did talk about that, but it seems like I need to give this team more time, because after walloping Wolves 4-0, that was just crazy. Wolves, something's happening here. After Santos has been working so hard turning Wolves into a Portuguese national team, this embarrassment, I don't think it's what the club expect. I'm just saying, as a fan who's passing by, it's not what people expect. 4-0. I didn't really watch most of the game, guys. If I have to watch it, I might have to rewatch it whenever the other things are happening. But I didn't watch the game, so we'll wait and see what happens on that issue. That's all I can say. Moving on. On Monday now, the games that we're there to talk about, the one that I already did talk about almost for about 20 minutes or 25 minutes in the first half of the Liverpool versus Arsenal game. There was Fulham versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa won by 3-0, and I have to say, I said this as a joke first time, but Fulham are looking so well that they could be one of the teams to be relegated this season. They're showing up all the things. They're not just turning up for the games, and they're going to be relegated. I'm saying this up to now. I see that it's the number one team that I'm seeing being relegated, unless or until they change something in the team. And that's all I'm saying. I move on and I rest my case. I rest my case. Get that. Okay, moving on. The Arsenal game finished 3-1. Now, let's look at the next games that are coming next week. On Saturday, we have Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have been playing so well until they were beaten by this one. Then Brighton, Everton. For me, this is my game of the week. This one, I need to pin it up. Reason why, Brighton have been playing so well, and Everton at the same time have been playing so well. That's why I want to see how they're going to respond. And Leeds United, now they meet up with the Citizens. I want to see how they're going to turn up for that. Then Newcastle versus Burnley. Southampton versus West Brom. West Brom needs to do something to come back, and also Burnley and Newcastle. I'm worried about those teams, guys. Leicester City versus the Hammers. I think the Hammers are gonna be silenced by Leicester after the game that they had against Manchester City. I can say they're still on a high. Fulham versus Wolves. I think Wolves just got themselves a chance to actually come back in the books of winning games now after with playing with Fulham, because Fulham is not turning up for any games. Arsenal versus Sheffield, a chance for Arteta's men to actually come back into their good form. And I think Sheffield is the best team, as Sheffield, like Fulham, are also one of the teams that I've put into the teams that are going to be relegated this season, because Sheffield is not turning up at all. Then the biggest game of them all, I need to put another mark on this, which is Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspurs. I want to hear your predictions, guys. That is going to be one of the biggest games that we need to look out for and see what happens there. And I don't understand why that Liverpool is now becoming a latecomers show every time. This is where we get our games. Why Liverpool are going to play with Aston Villa, and the last time we were this club team, we were beaten 1-0 until we came back in the last minute and scored 2 goals in a matter of 5 minutes. So it's going to be an interesting game to see what happens there. How Liverpool are going to take over the game and what is going to happen. And it will be interesting to see how Aston Villa does respond to the game. That's all I can say. So let's move on, guys, to the league. At the moment now, the teams with the L's, it's all about the L's. If you know who I'm talking about, you know. If you know about Rich MC, he does talk about the L's. And there was a time we was talking about Leicester and Liverpool, and he did talk about the L, which was interesting. I'm a big fan of Rich's. Actually, one Manchester City fan I actually like, which is weird for me to say, but I actually like him a lot. Aston Villa, they're still there. You see what I'm talking about. Aston Villa are still there. They've won all their games, and they'll be playing Liverpool next. That is going to be interesting to see how they go with the game. That's going to be so interesting. Arsenal number 5 now after losing from Liverpool. Is it from losing a game against Liverpool? That's what I can say. Now let's see what happens. Liverpool are just some goals away to go back to the spot they've been there for the entire season, which is the top spot. Let's see what happened this week. I think things will start making sense. I think everyone can agree with me when I say nobody expects Manchester City or United to be number 13 and 14 in the league. That doesn't happen. That has never happened. I think that will be sorted very soon. And like I was saying, Sheffield and Burnley have already got their spots. I'm saying Burnley. No, Sheffield and Fulham have already secured their spots at the bottom, and maybe West Brom will be joining them unless Wolves change how they're playing. West Brom will be joining them. That's how I'm seeing this going on. Like, guys, that's how it's set up for me. Nothing is going to change my mind. That's how it's set up for me. 3 games played, still a lot of games to be played, but it seems like the Premier League is looking up, and too much excitement for a lot of people here, guys. So that has been me for I don't know, almost an hour making noise, talking about how the Premier League was like this season. I want to hear from you now. Put it in the comment section. Let me hear what you are expecting from this to happen. What are you seeing happening in these games? At the same time, something's disturbing me here. At the same time, how is the things gonna look like in the end? That's all that I have to ask from you and see your response, guys. We are trying. Can you believe now? We are now at 150 videos, which is amazing. We are growing up. I know that there's an award for me somewhere there for reaching this. So it's amazing, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll keep growing, I believe so. And you keep supporting us as much as it takes. I know you'll keep doing that. Thank you very much for all your appreciation, guys. Please subscribe if you're new. Show your appreciation to us, and always be there for us, guys, as much as we are always going to be there for you. So the biggest games that we have today, like I did say already, we are watching Tottenham versus Chelsea today. It's going to be an interesting game. I want to see how Chelsea plays against their own London rivals. That is going to be interesting to see how that goes. At the same time, other games that are going to be played. Which other game to look at? Tomorrow. I don't know which games are there tomorrow. We'll see. But I'll be back again tonight with the watch along of Tottenham versus Hotspur. But before I go, I'm gonna set a reminder that maybe around 5 o'clock I come back. 1 hour from now, I come back so that I do talk about the transfer news. Remember, we are now in the final week of the transfer news, and the Premier League is still open. And we hope that good business is done before things are finished. And we have to wait and see on that if there's anything that changes. But thank you very much for your appreciation, guys, and your support. I hope you do like this video. You share it on your social media so that a lot of people does see this video, and you subscribe for more, because we do this each and every time. So subscribe for more. This has been Sam and the Football Connect. Thank you very much for your support and your love and kind. I hope we meet again very soon. Very soon, I mean later. Subscribe if you are new. As always, please do hit the subscribe button. And if you disagree with all the things that I've said in this 40 minutes about your team, say it in the comment section. Say it in the comment section. And if you want to reach me to actually say it straightforward, straight to my face while we're talking, while you are live on this channel, it's okay. There's my email address. Talk to me. I always check, then we'll see what happens, so that maybe we can agree and disagree. Maybe I might actually listen to your own thoughts on whatever you think about your team for a change, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll meet again on another video. The Football Connect has been live, and we are going off. Sam, thank you. Subscribe for more, and don't forget to share this on your social media. That is the best way you can help us.